Hi guys, this is E-Cam with the Gamicide News. We're going to go into the happenings of E3 with this episode too, so stay tuned for all the news you need to know. Now the first order of news, as I should say, is the Sony's entry into the motion control industry with the PlayStation Move. Now the technology needed to run the PlayStation Move, if you didn't know this, involves the PlayStation Eye, which is $40, the Move controller itself, which is $50, and the navigation controller, which is $30. You can also buy the Move starter pack that includes the PS3 console, the Move controller, and the PlayStation Eye with game. So for all of you wanting to wave your hands around like you would with a Wii, that will be coming out late 2010. So keep an eye on that. Get it? An eye? Because the PlayStation Eye. Never mind. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid is coming out with a new entry in the Metal Gear series called Metal Gear Solid Rising. It was revealed at E3 and the main character is going to be Raiden. And he's going to be, you know Raiden, the guy who was a metrosexual emo guy with long hair that turned into a cybernetic ninja that can slice people in half. He's going to be in that game, and the gameplay focuses more on swordplay, less on the stealth. And Kojima is not going to head this project. His protege, and bear with me now if I get this completely wrong, Manishi Kimura, he's going to be heading up this game. Expect that game in the far, far future because Metal Gear games take forever. Okay, so that is it for the Gamicide News. For more information, go on www.aestheticgamicide.webs.com. Also, we're going to move on to our next host and the host of the Gamicide Show, Disco Inferno. No, Jacob with the news. See you later, guys, and enjoy the show.
Have you heard of the game Knights of the Old Republic? You should have. It's a Star Wars game, and it was the most popular game of its year, and one of the most popular Star Wars games ever to be released. It was an RPG following a very story-driven plot that also had some very interesting gameplay to it. It had a lot of other cool features, some interesting puzzles, and a lot of character development between your 9 characters in the game. Well, BioWare and LucasArts announced back in September, I think, that they were going to be doing an MMO based around the KOTOR engine called Star Wars: The Old Republic. Since then, a lot of information has come out about it. Trailers, gameplay, information about the classes and planets that will be usable in it. But at E3 this year, a lot more information came out about advanced classes. Advanced classes will be something you can choose to do to enhance the class that you've already chosen. For instance, warriors becoming juggernauts by specifically training that skill will be impervious to the damage that they take in a lot of different forms of combat. Along with advanced classes, they also talked a lot about ships. The game will consist of ships that you can fly around from planet to planet, just like in Knights of the Old Republic. The difference? You can have other players on board with you. You also will have customized ships and personal ones. They will look far different from the ones that you're used to. Also, another important difference is that there are a lot more planets in this game. There's also a lot more classes, playable options for what you're going to do. It's a huge game by comparison. The creators of it said that instead of making a sequel to KOTOR 2 and making KOTOR 3, they decided to make KOTOR 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 and combine them into one super game. Many planets have been announced, many classes, and now playable species as well will be available in the game. We're not sure which species yet, but they've announced which species will be in the game, just not which ones you can play as yet. The game has 2 cinematic trailers out, which I recommend seeing because they're a lot of fun, but they don't show any gameplay. There are, however, dozens of gameplay videos and timeline videos, which explain the plot of this game before it even comes out. If you don't know enough about BioWare, because I assume you know plenty about Star Wars, BioWare is a company that has made story-driven games for a long time. BioShock, Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, they're famously known for their video games with plots so good that they probably should have been movies. For more information, visit swotor.com, which is SWTOR. And for more information that we can give about it, and opinions on the subjects, visit aestheticgamicide.webs.com. From all of us here at Gamicide TV, my name is Jacob Pudlin, and thank you for watching. So today we're going to be discussing motion controls in video game systems. With me is E. Campbell and Everett, two experts on the subject. Eric, you want to start us off?
Yeah, like I seen the Xbox Kinects on E3, and I felt like that was a really good motion controller. But like, there's a slew of problems like down the line. Cause I feel like I mean, if these guys don't really passionately make motion control games for their system, I feel like they're gonna fall way behind of the Wii, because the Wii has games already out, and the PS3 has hardcore game support. So I'm kind of worried about the Kinects, because the Kinects is gonna kind of fall short if it doesn't pay attention to what kind of games they're making. That's my thing. I mean, it looks good, looks better than the PS3 Move to me, but it just seemed kind of like, it could have easily crashed and burned if it didn't have the games for it in the future.
I mean, if you ask me, the PS3 Move is a good idea, whereas the Kinect is a bad one, but only in the sense that the PS3 Move is an already successful system. They just invented the Wii all over again.
Because my point of view of that situation is like, I feel like the Wii was the revolution, and the
Kinect is the evolution.
The evolution, yeah, exactly.
So what do you think of these new controllers?
I think right now the Wii is going to the right direction, and like you said before, with the PS3 and the Xbox 360, in a sense with the motion capture, I think it's a step in the right direction. The only thing I'm concerned with is the Xbox version of the motion capture, because they're so far behind. It's going to take a couple years before they can get to the same level at PS3 and the Nintendo Wii.
I'm hoping it doesn't feel too gimmicky though. I mean, like, when the Wii came out, even there was a whole bunch of gimmicky games. But I mean, the only person that made those hardcore games was Nintendo, because like they focused and they knew what to do with that technology.
Yeah, I mean that's partly their fault though. They weren't giving the technology out to third parties until the Wii was practically already released. I don't know though. When it comes to gimmicky, if you saw those games that were coming out for the Kinect right away,
they were all like
the dancing one with the little anime girls dancing on screen, and you copy it. Like, first off, those guys came out looking really just uncomfortable on stage.
There's like a I don't want to be funny, but like there's like a white dirty guy who's like, oh yeah, I know how to dance. And
yeah, and it never really looked good. And then the other one was a Star Wars one, where you're a Jedi using the Force, and on screen it looked awesome. You see this Jedi Knight just like waving his hand, and this ship crashes into a million troops. Off screen, on the stage, we saw some weird looking guy just going, and amazing things were happening because of it. It was, I don't know, it looks pretty gimmicky.
Because like, as I said before, like my hope is that these Microsoft guys actually, they focus in, they have to make a side company just for the Natal, the Kinects, because like they need to focus.
The trick is Microsoft can afford to make that company. They can afford to make a side company on this subject half as large as Nintendo itself. Well, we're out of time, but if you have any comments, then you can visit us at aestheticgamicides.webs.com and leave a comment on our forums. You can also leave a video response or a comment right below us here on YouTube. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Eric, we need your help over here. Yo. Do you think I have an accurate video game interpretation of you guys going on? Tell viewers at home, this is Eric and this is Dwight. That's me not doing that. Yeah, that's them doing it. Look so happy.
No.